Chairman Moody, you spent time in Uvalde, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
How many you and Chairman Burrows together, along with staff, spent significant amount of time working on a investigation and a report, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You were privy to a lot of documents, photos, and interactions and sitting down with family members. Is that my understanding?
We were given the entire investigative file from the that came by the Department of Public Safety. We, as a committee, interviewed a number of witnesses. We personally went to the school, into the hallway. We met with family members. We met with the teachers that were there, met with law enforcement that had first responded. I think it was probably the most thorough investigation of its type.
One of the number one recommendations, I don't want to say recommendations, but understandings of that work was this amendment. Is that, and this is what the families want. Is that?
The purpose of the investigation, and I want to be clear, the investigative committee was not asked to provide legislative recommendations. What we were asked to do was set level the facts. What happened? What happened? Because in the aftermath of this tragedy, there was confusion about basic facts, and there was no trust in the government actors that were providing the facts and the information. And so our task, which I believe was probably an incredibly tall task, was to set level and create trust in the information being provided. And so what we did was provide that information. And as an extension of that, I believe when you set level the facts, people like you and I, policymakers, can then go look and they go, what can we do here? And there were 4 significant sections of that report. One of them dealt with the attacker. I believe that's the chapter is titled that. That is the chapter that talks about his attempts to purchase a weapon and talks about them being thwarted, talks about him trying to attempt straw purchases. So those were the facts of that case, of that instance, and the policy proposal that is drawn from when those very accurate facts is this amendment would have precluded that tragedy from happening.
And thank you for that clarification. The committee, the report, didn't issue recommendations but findings of fact.
Correct.
And those are undisputed.
Look, I will stand behind that report at any time.
And the facts are that he, days after turning 18, he sought and was successful in purchasing these high capacity weapons of war. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
In your deliberations, these family members have, and we as policymakers are now here to set the policy tone in how we respond to this situation. And this is the way we know how to do it. Is that fair to say?
This is our job. I think it was extremely important to lay the facts bare, as ugly as they were, as difficult as they were. And it wasn't just access to the firearm that was in the facts that bore out in that report. This body has deliberated school safety and school hardening and school security. This body has discussed police accountability and reform. This body has discussed the flow of public information. They've all come to this House floor. The only thing that has not been brought to this House floor until right now via this amendment is the access to firearms. If we're going to talk about the problems of mass violence, we have to talk about every single one of them. I have supported school security. I have supported police accountability. I have supported getting public information done the right way. But I also support common sense safety reforms like this. If we're not willing to have the entire discussion, then we're doing a great disservice, not just to the families that deserve it in Uvalde, but to the entire state of Texas.
The families of Uvalde, the children. McKenna Lee Elrod, 10. Layla Salazar, 11. Miranda Mathis, 11. Nevaeh Bravo, 10. Jose Manuel Flores Jr., 10. Xavier Lopez, 10. Tess Marie Mata, 10. Rogelio Torres, 10. Eli Amaya Garcia, 9. Eliana Torres, 10. Anabel Guadalupe Rodriguez, 10. Jackie Cáceres, 9. Uzea Garcia. Jace Carmelo Luevanos, 10. Maite Rodriguez, 10. Jayla Nicole Silguero, 10. Irma Garcia, 48. Eva Mireles, 44. Anne-Marie Jo Garza, 10. Lexi Rubio, 10. Alicia Ramirez, 10. Those are the names of the children and the children and the two teachers.
Yes,
They've come weekly, is that correct, to this body?
Gentleman's time has expired.
Move adoption.